watching Superskum.com. This is Carlos Reali. I'm here with Creator's guitar player, Sami. Thank you so much for having us, giving us a little bit of your time. Sorry it's really loud. They're doing sound check upstairs, but we'll try to get through with this the best as possible. Right now, you're back in the US, 2012. You're co-headlining with Accept. Basically, Swallow the Sun is in the tour bill as well. Can you give me your impressions of this Teutonic Terror Attack tour so far as the fan reaction to the new material, the differences in the fan base as well, because you have very different styles of the bands that are playing, so I'm sure you have different groups of people that come see you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, hi. The tour has gone great so far. We started off in Washington, D.C. a couple of weeks ago, and we're almost halfway through now, and it's been going great. I mean, highlights were like New York City and Joliet, close to Chicago. That was a really good show, and yeah, we've been enjoying ourselves, and for me it's fun that Swallow the Sun is also on the bill, because they're good friends of mine from Finland, since I'm from Helsinki, and actually the singer even sings in a side project of mine, so it's cool, and the difference with the audience, I don't know, thinking about Accept that the crowd might be older, but you mustn't forget that Creator is a very old band as well. but I mean, of course they have some of the people who come to see only Accept, some people who come to see more Creator and so on, but usually they stick around till the end of the evening, which is good.
That is very good. Can you tell us a little bit more about that side project with Mikko from Swallow the Sun?
Yeah, it's called Barren Earth, the band name. Put already 2 albums out through Peaceville. It's a British label. Yeah, and what more can I say? Check it out.
When was that? The last release was when?
It was March this year. Okay. But now we're on a Creator tour.
Yes, no, we're talking about Creator. But I always like to give you the space also to promote any other side projects as well. It's always good. And being on Peaceville, that's really nice as well. Basically, 13 studio album for Creator. Of course, the Phantom Antichrist. What are your impressions of the reception of the album so far? I mean, the chart positions have been really good since it came out. But in general, the impressions of the album so far, how's the fans reacting to the new material on the tour? You have 5 new songs on the set list, right, that you're playing. A little bit of maybe you'd say the mentality, of basically the orientation, the idea behind the album. What would it be?
Yeah, well, we've been playing loads of the songs, as you said, during this tour, and it's exciting for us because we've toured with too much of a similar set list for 2 or 3 years now, so it's exciting for us to get to play the new tunes, and we open up with the title track and From Flood into Fire is the second song, and we do Death to the World and all that, so and some other ones.
Yeah, we have
yeah, and
you have I think Mother Earth as well?
the civilization collapse and so on, but yeah, it's exciting for us to get to play some new shit after a while. That's what I like about this the most.
Changing it a little bit.
Yeah.
And we saw a recent interview with Millie as well, talk about how hard it is to pretty much come up with this set list. What the fans, you have a little bit of everything over here. What's the set list? Basically, you went very old school, very brand new, everything in the middle as well. And so I'm glad that you guys are changing it up for the band as well, so you don't get bored of the same set list all the time.
Yeah, we're certainly not bored yet. but of course, there's always somebody complaining, why don't you play Terrible Certainty or whatever. But what can you do? I mean, we can't, Accept's got to play their set too, so. And Swallow the Sun.
There's always the talk nowadays of a resurgence of thrash metal, if you will, okay, in the global community, in the global metal community, if you will. Do you think that is the case? And if so, how does it affect Creator in different markets, for example, Europe, the US, South America, Asia?
Well, there have been a lot of new bands, thrash bands, coming up in the past few years. I mean, more than more than before, and like bands like Warbringer, Evil, and all that. And it's great that younger kids are getting into that music. But what else can I say about it? I mean, usually when I hear bands like that on stage, it sounds very honest and from the heart. What else can I say? I mean, because it's not an easy ticket.
Why do you think this comeback for this metal subgenre?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really, maybe people are just getting into it again. I really couldn't give any specific reason for it. Just that younger kids are getting more interested in that kind of music, I guess. Hard to say why. I don't know.
We have plenty of fast-paced metal bands all over the place, many different styles as well. But do you think this basically affects KREATOR in as far as sales goes? Because KREATOR went through its changes as well. Your discography, you have a little bit of everything, some experimentation, some straight through the old school thrash, even some death metal influences as well. Now you're going back to form, if you will. You think that's the case? I mean, you're riding the wave again, because being, of course, KREATOR, one of the forefront bands for thrash metal.
Maybe it helps. I don't know. I mean, we did have the best chart position we had ever in Germany. Mm-hmm. We were all very surprised and very pleased, of course, as well. And maybe it helps us. I don't know, but that wasn't the. You never know. You just, as a musician, you try your best in the studio and try to, write the best songs you can and arrange them as well as you can. And then after that, it's not up to you anymore. You can't do anything about it afterwards. Then it's up to the people who listen to it if they like it or not. Yeah.
And the new album is also the KREATOR's debut on Nuclear Blast. So how has that relationship been going on? I mean, the band mostly being German, very strong, very popular German label as well. I'm sure there's a connection there. Plus, everybody has everything nice to say about Nuclear Blast. I won't put you on the spot if you don't want to say anything nice, but how's it been? I mean, going back to not going back, the first time Nuclear Blast, basically after the different record labels that KREATOR have been on for SPV, you guys left it, and the SPV was basically bankrupt at some point. Now, with the good label that's behind you guys.
Well, I've been, there's this guy, Andy Siru in Germany, who was a old friend of Miller's. And I guess they were talking about it already earlier, but obviously we were under contract with SPV, so we were theirs, and that was it. But, what can I say? So far, everything's been working fine. But to be honest, I don't know the guys that well. Yeah.
No, I hear you. The recording process for the new album, did it change from the last two records, for example?
Well, when you consider recording the drums and the bass and the basics, it was pretty much the same as we did with Hordes of Chaos, that we were all in one room in Sweden with this guy, producer Jens Bogren, who's
the live approach.
Yeah. But then we did some overdubs on the guitars and the vocals later in his studio, which was in a smaller studio near to his home. And it took a little bit longer this time, obviously, because Hordes of Chaos was just playing live. But now we spend a little more time with it and put lots of effort into it. It was always starting up at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is not a time to play metal, but for him it was, for some reason. and
early metal.
Yeah. But we put a lot of effort to it, and it turned out great. We're all happy with how it turned out.
And for last, KREATOR fans are listening and watching, so what do you want to say to them?
Well, all I can say is that keep on coming to shows, and any metal shows is the only way to keep the scene alive. I know you probably heard it from the other people too, but it's true. And that's about it. Come and check out the show. Well, this will be shown later, but anyway.
Sami, thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time, letting us bug you with a few questions, and we appreciate your participation. Thanks for being with us, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.